One moonlit night, deep in the heart of the Indian jungle, a silence hung heavy in the air, broken only by the chirping of crickets and the distant call of a lone bird. But then, another sound pierced the darkness, a sound unlike any other in the jungle. It was a strange, wavering cry. Bagheera, the sleek black panther, one of the wisest and most respected creatures of the jungle, lifted his head. His sharp, emerald eyes narrowed as he listened. The sound came again, faint but unmistakable. It was the cry of a human baby. Curiosity mixed with concern, Bagheera moved silently through the dense undergrowth, his paws making no sound on the forest floor. He was a shadow moving through shadows, following the cry that seemed to be pulling him forward. The sound led him to the bank of the Waingunga River, where a small, overturned basket lay half-hidden in the reeds. And inside that basket, nestled on a soft cloth, was a tiny human infant, a man-cub, with wide, fearful eyes. He was alone, cold, and utterly defenseless in a world filled with dangers he couldn't possibly understand. Bagheera looked at the small child, and something stirred within his wild heart. He knew the jungle was no place for a man-cub. The law of the jungle was clear, and the notorious tiger, Shere Khan, who despised all humans, would surely claim the child as his own if he found him. A sense of urgency gripped Bagheera. He had to act, and act quickly. Gently, ever so gently, Bagheera nudged the basket with his powerful head, pushing it further away from the river and deeper into the safety of the jungle. But where could he take the child? Who would protect him? Then an idea sparked in his mind. There was one family in the jungle known for their strength, their loyalty, and their compassion, the Seeonee Wolf Pack. He knew of a wolf family that had just welcomed their own cubs, led by a strong and loving mother wolf. Perhaps, just perhaps, they would accept this strange, hairless creature into their fold. It was a long shot, a gamble against the very laws of nature, but it was the man-cub's only hope. With the utmost care, Bagheera picked up the baby in his powerful jaws, holding him as softly as a mother cat would carry her kitten. The baby, sensing the panther's gentle intent, stopped crying and simply stared up at the magnificent creature carrying him. Bagheera traveled swiftly to the den of the wolf pack. At the entrance to their cave, he set the baby down. The wolf cubs, curious and playful, tumbled out to see the strange new arrival. They sniffed at him, their little tails wagging. Then, Father Wolf and Mother Wolf emerged from the den, their eyes cautious. Father Wolf growled low in his throat, unsure of what to make of this intruder. But Mother Wolf, Raksha, saw something different. She looked past the strangeness of the hairless skin and saw only a helpless baby. She saw the vulnerability in his wide eyes and the innocence in his small form. She nudged him with her nose, and the baby giggled, reaching out a tiny hand to touch her snout. In that single moment, a bond was forged. A powerful maternal instinct washed over Raksha. She looked at Father Wolf, her eyes filled with a fierce determination. "He is so small, so bold," she said softly, her voice full of a new, protective love. "He will be my son." The other wolves of the pack were not so easily convinced. A man-cub among them? It was unheard of. According to the law of the pack, any new cub had to be presented at the Pack Council, held at Council Rock. There all the wolves would decide if the cub could be accepted. Shere Khan, the fearsome tiger with the lame leg, soon arrived, demanding the man-cub be given to him. He roared that the child was his rightful prey. The pack grew tense. The fate of the small boy hung in the balance. The law stated that if there was a dispute, two members of the pack, other than the parents, must speak for the cub. First to speak was Baloo, the sleepy brown bear, the teacher of the law to the wolf cubs. He was the only non-wolf allowed at the council. He lumbered forward and spoke in his deep, rumbling voice. "I speak for the man-cub," he declared. "Let him run with the pack. I myself will teach him the law." This was a significant offering. But one voice was not enough. The pack waited. Who else would dare to defy Shere Khan? Just as it seemed all hope was lost, a black shadow dropped down from a branch overhead. It was Bagheera. He was not a member of the pack, but he knew another part of the law. "A cub's life may be bought for a price," he said smoothly. "I will offer a freshly killed bull, a fine one, for the man-cub's life to be spared." A full-grown bull was a feast the pack could not ignore. The wolves murmured their agreement, their hunger outweighing their fear of Shere Khan. The motion was passed. The man-cub was accepted into the Seeonee Wolf Pack. Furious and humiliated, Shere Khan let out a roar of frustration and vowed that one day, the man-cub would be his. But for now he had lost. Mother Wolf, Raksha, nuzzled the baby close. "And I will call him Mowgli," she declared, which in the jungle tongue means little frog, for his smooth, hairless skin. From that day forward, the jungle became Mowgli's home. He was a son to the wolves, a student to Baloo the bear, and a friend to Bagheera the panther. Mowgli grew up with the wolf cubs, learning the ways of the jungle. He learned to climb trees almost as well as Bagheera, to swim in the jungle pools with Baloo, and to understand the languages of the different animals. He learned the master words of the jungle, which gave him safe passage among the monkeys, the birds, and all the four-footed creatures. The jungle was his playground and his classroom. He was strong, quick, and clever, but he was still a man-cub, and his human intelligence often set him apart. He could pull thorns from his brother's paws and think in ways they could not. He was part of the pack, and yet he was always different. As the years passed, Mowgli's life was filled with adventure. He explored every corner of their territory, from the highest cliffs to the deepest caves. He played with his wolf brothers, racing through the tall grass and howling at the moon. He learned to hunt, not with tooth and claw, but with his wits and hands. Baloo taught him about the honeycombs high in the trees and the best roots to eat, while Bagheera taught him to be cautious, to listen to the wind, and to always be aware of the ever-present dangers lurking in the shadows. And one shadow loomed larger than all the others: Shere Khan. The tiger had not forgotten his vow. He was patient, waiting for the day when the wolf pack's leader, Akela, grew old and weak. He knew that then, his chance to strike at Mowgli would come. And so, Mowgli grew from a small helpless baby into a strong, confident young boy. He was a child of two worlds, with the heart of a wolf and the mind of a man. The jungle had given him a family, a home, and a life of freedom and wonder. But deep down, a question always lingered. A question whispered on the wind and reflected in the still waters of the pools. Where did he truly belong? The day was fast approaching when he would have to face not only the tiger who hated him, but also his own destiny. The story of Mowgli, the man-cub raised by wolves, was only just beginning. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold. If you enjoyed this journey into the jungle, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing tailies. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.